and coffee.
Ma, I'm doing a show. Guten Morgen, everybody. It's Friday. Anima's not here because she lost power, so I'm doing an accent that will certainly annoy her. Yes, the woman I love is Austrian. Get over it.
I don't think you can annoy her if she cannot hear you by the lack of power.
She's probably got her phone on right now. God damn it, stop doing my accent. You're terrible. You make me sound retarded. Oh, man, it's Friday. We're supposed to talk about 2 episodes of From and 2 episodes of, Florida Man. And Anima's not here, and I'm not going to fucking do it without her. I'm just like, fuck, man. Every single time we want to do this, something gets fucked up and we don't get a show. But you know what? I don't care. I don't care. It's all right. As we say, in the military, the old way of saying it is, it ain't nothing but a thing. And it's also the philosophy that this too shall pass. What are you going to do? Piss and moan about it? Fuck it. The other thing was in the Army, suck it up and drive on. And so I have a surprise guest today. And it was thrown on me last second by Bill, because Bill's like that. I'm so happy he's back. We really missed him while he was gone. The show is just...
Some more than others.
It was utter chaos getting the show going, because without Bill, it's like, oh shit, who's starting the show? Who's ending the show? It was a cluster. Well, what we call in the military, again, a Charlie Foxtrot. Rod Thunderheart is here. Sorry, voice shut, headed up north. I hope you're doing okay, buddy. It's nice to see you back here again, man. I didn't see you for the longest time, and all of a sudden he shows up in my news feed. I'm like, dude, I haven't seen you in forever. Glad to see him. Penny, of course, is here. Andy Morrow from the UK. Let's see. D-Bud Martin is here. Did my homework last night and watched Conan O'Brien. Fuck you, D-Bud. Yeah, tomorrow's going to be a big show. We've got Andre joining Tom and me for Tom and Jerry. Gary. And it's going to be fun with that. But Razorfist said that he may or may not be there because he's that vague. He's the vaguest person I've ever met. I'm going to redo the whole Honey Badger video and just paste Razorfist's face on it. And every time, and I'll just redub the whole thing as Razorfist don't care. He don't give a shit. Fuck you, Rod. He called me Jerry. Everybody knows now that because of Clobbery time, Clobbery, I call him Clobbery, and he calls me Gary. That's our thing. But what did you say, Martine?
The machine is out. Penny just saw it. The movie about...
I can hardly wait. Yeah, I know. I want to see it. I know that joke from way back when his career started. I saw him way back when nobody knew who the hell he was. And I'm like, this is the funniest dude I've ever seen when it comes to telling stories.
And Anima is here. For now.
I told you she'd be on her phone. Patrick's here too, the chief, walking and listening, the chief. Greg Great episode this week of his show. If you didn't catch it, go watch the rewatch. It's really good. Next week, what's he doing next week on Tuesday?
Oh, Sicario.
That's right, Sicario. It's one of my favorite. Actually, I like both films. I like both Sicario films. I think the second one's better than the first one, personally. But we do have a surprise guest here. Did you put that into the posts that he's going to be here?
Oh, yes.
All right, I'm going to bring him on in. That's Thom Reed.
Hey, man, how you doing?
Doing pretty good, Tom. Say hello to everybody on YouTube land, as well as in the land of KGRA on the digital app.
I am at Bill's desk as we speak. So
he is. He really is. That's why I had to start the show, because Bill forgot that he's the producer.
Without coffee. Oh, thank you. So, is this chock full of nuts, Bill? Or is this a
chock full of flavor?
I love my Folgers, and you could
chock
too.
Chock full of everything.
Yeah.
That is actually stolen.
That's very good, Bill. Thank you.
Isn't it?
Have a good one. Radio. Scribe Light is here, my good friend. Anybody else popping in? Did I get everybody? Let me go double check. Yes. And of course, good morning to everybody in KGRA land. The show has begun. The show that we normally talk about TV shows or movies that are awesome. This week, we're skipping it again because Anima lost power. She's on her mobile. And I don't know if Don will be able to make it today or not. He might join us for the second hour. But Don and I host two shows on Wednesday. UFO Wednesday in the morning and Dangerous Military Nerds in the afternoon. And Thom Reed is going to be joining us this next Wednesday to talk about his abduction case. And it was featured in Volume 1, Episode 5 of Unsolved Mysteries. And it was... Now, this is with... what's his name? The cop. That was an actor that hosted that episode, as I recall, right?
Who hosted they didn't host the mine. It was basically just us talking and the witnesses talking.
There was no host to the show that episode?
The new series didn't have any like that. So it was kind of set up a little differently. But yeah, the Berkshire's UFO, let me tell you, can I jump in here?
Yeah, and the case he's talking about is the Berkshire UFO case. Yes, go ahead, Tom.
All right, so to start off, there is no Berkshire's UFO incident. It's the Reed Family Incident. The Berkshire's UFO was just the name of the show, but so many people got branded like that. So, widely branded as the Berkshire's UFO. If you go online or whatever, at Wikipedia, there is no Berkshire's UFO. It's the September 1st incident of Sheffield, Massachusetts. And so I'm here in New York at Bill's place, right? And I'm going to be speaking at the Pine Bush UFO Fair about all the stuff that was left out of the show, like how it was formally inducted into state by historians and how the Roswell UFO Research Library in the city of Roswell assisted in the state of Massachusetts mining for information that went to the census to induct this thing as historically true. None of this was ever mentioned in the Berkshire's UFO incident. It basically just, the show itself really followed the path, if you will, of the UFO, which went down the Housatonic River in Sheffield, Pittsfield, Stockbridge, Music Inn, Tanglewood's over there, all the way to Canton, Connecticut. And then,
what year did that take place, the incident?
1969. My parents had a diner there, and it was really popular because back in 69, we didn't have a radio station. So we had this jukebox in the back. And so if you wanted to listen to the Stones and Creedence or whatever, you came over, dropped a quarter in the machine, you had a chocolate shake, and you hung out at our diner, right? And it was diagonally across from a racetrack. So it got a lot of, it was a very busy place. But anyway, so where I want to go with this is that, do you remember the Hudson River Valley sightings in New York? Well,
yeah.
That's not far from the Housatonic where our case took place. So in 1992, an attorney by the name of Robert Bletchman, none of this was mentioned in Unsolved Mysteries. Robert Bletchman approached my father. They were friends. They were both lawyers. My father was a mayor, a politician. And so there was this, Mr. Reed, would you mind if we talked about your case over the Hudson, regarding the Hudson River Valley sightings, because your case was over the Housatonic, which wasn't that far away, and we're wondering if there's a connection between the two waterways. And so that's how our case got to the UN in support of General Assembly 33426. And Linda Morton Howe was there. Stanton Friedman was there. This is October 2nd, 1992. And oddly enough, my father was killed on the same day, October 2nd. So out of respect for my father, because he was advocating this, the city or the state and the Roswell Research Library collectively got together with this law firm, the Kessel Law Firm, to mine for information to see if they could find old radio archives, if they could find old paper clippings. And they did. And so you can trace this all the way back to news articles in the 60s and with the Berkshire Eagle and others along. And it went out on New York's Channel 4 in Manhattan. And so all this was collected, and I took a polygraph test and blah, blah, blah. And this all went to a census in Massachusetts. And in 2015, it was actually ruled historically true. And we were given a monument in a park. And now it's celebrity sponsored by Travis Walton and Ben Hansen and Mike Barra. You know, Ancient Aliens paid for the entrance sign. You know, Reed just put in a bench from B.B. King's daughter. Rita King sponsors it. The family of Steve Ray Vaughan. And so these are the things I'm going to talk about at Pine Bush. You know, tomorrow, actually. Travis is going to be there. You know, Kathleen Martin will be there with me. And we're going to talk about all the stuff that Unsolved Mysteries failed to mention. And so we're kind of, when it came out, a bunch of us in the area were just like, why wouldn't you mention all this stuff? So we thought that being such a powerful, document-driven program, that they might have included the things that mattered. So we're going to talk about that tomorrow in detail. I'm going to show the clips, show the news articles, you know, you name it. So yeah, that's what we're going to be talking about tomorrow.
That's fantastic. And of course, we'll go over it again on Wednesday here on our UFO Wednesday show with Don Ecker. You know Don Ecker, right?
Yeah, I've been on with Don Ecker before. He knows me.
Yeah.
Tell myself.
Those sons of bitches. I love Don Ecker. He's the man.
Cool, man. Yeah.
We like each other so much. We do 2 shows on Wednesday together.
Wow, that's a close relationship.
Yeah, he's.
I love that man. Often. So, you know. By the way, this is really good coffee, Bill. This is great coffee.
Did he make it or did his mom make it?
Hey, Mom, I'm on the air.
Yeah, that's right.
Ma, I'm doing a show.
There you go.
It's been like that all morning, man. You know,
he's so high energy. We missed him while he was gone. By the way, I want to say good morning to some more people popped in. Our good friend Bush McFadden is here.
Looks fantastic, by the way. They did a tremendous job
Gary,
maintaining it.
Can you hold on a second? Bill is saying something. Jesus.
Yeah, for some reason he just comes in talking. Yeah, go ahead, Bill. I'm not doing a show. Don't worry about it.
I better bail.
This is this is going to be fun Wednesday, man. I'm going to be amped up for this one.
And maybe Mike Barrow will be joining.
Yeah, he'll be at my house. So.
I hope so because I've wanted to bury a hatchet with him for a long time.
What did you do?
Because I really got really upset with him.
Tell me, buddy. Go ahead. What happened? Dude?
Well, it's when he made it public that he was a moon landing denier, and I lost my collective mind over that. Mm-hmm. I'm like, what the fuck? You know, how can you live today and have any fucking intellectual due diligence and say that we didn't land on the moon?
He's got to believe it by now, right?
No, he does. He did by the end of the show. Travis Taylor helped him.
Mind by gunpoint, or how did that happen?
Travis Taylor just, you know how sexy Travis Taylor is. He just talks with that southern accent. He goes, boy, we went to the moon.
Oh my God, this is great. Yeah, this is. Yeah,
but, let's see. We got some good people that dropped in. Dragon Ruse is here. Bush McFadden, and of course, all hail Lord Thoth, and of course, sexy Lady V Elements is here. Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody's having a good Friday. Fuck it, it's Friday.
That's right.
That's what our show's going to be called now.
It's Friday.
It's no longer Fantastic Friday. It is now going to be Called Fuck It, It's Friday.
Your asses.
So what about, hey, it's fucking Friday? No, that just flows.
It's back, fucking right? Friday.
On 3, right? All together. 1, 2, 3. It's fucking Friday.
Friday.
You were behind the ball on that one, Gary.
No, I came in with you because we're on different time things, but I was synced up.
All right.
Hey, we have Ostains in the house.
John Ostains is here.
Yeah.
John and King's Port Cal is here too. What's up?
Yes.
Hey guys.
So we've got kind of a UFO Friday with Thom Reed here. Thom Reed was part of the incident in UFO incident, and members of your family were abducted.
We never said we were abducted, ever once. So
no,
No.
Because that's what it says, that you were abductees. So what
Where does it say
happened?
that? Where does it say that?
Oh, that's what somebody told me about.
All right. So listen. So when we were extracted from the vehicle, right? And we've always said that there was a human element to it because we know that the government played a part in this. So when we were out, when we were like, we didn't know what was going on, right? It was like we were like deep underwater. My whole family was in the car. When we were returned to the vehicle, my mother and grandmother reversed. The ignition was off. So there's always been a human element to it, which is why it's a struggle to really.
Well, it's also that's called
really
missing time.
Oh no, we had 3 hours of missing time. There's no question. And there were 3 objects around us and everything. So, we were involved in a close encounter, but I don't know, and nobody in my family really knows how we got out of that vehicle and how we got back in the vehicle. And so I've taken polygraph tests and everything else, because my gut tells me, just like everybody in the area, if you lived in the Berkshires, listen to this. This is why I say what I do, Gary. All right. I don't mean to distract you. So there was, so there was the goodwill message that was left on the moon was manufactured at Sprague Electric, which was right up the road from our house. And then we had GE, Command Aerospace, Pratt and Whitney, Commander, KMD. And they were all around the Berkshires, along with underground tunnels that went from the Berkshires all the way to Boston. And there were Nike missile sites, NORAD towers. There was government everywhere in the Berkshires. They were all working to beat Russia to space. This was the space race era. And all this money was going into the Berkshires via NASA, which was in Boston. A lot of people don't know that NASA was originally in Boston, right across from MIT. And so all that money was going into these manufacturing facilities. And so when we found ourselves in what resembled a military establishment or a hangar, everybody that I was with, those people that like Melanie Kirchdorfer that was on the show, we were all like, where are we? Because this didn't look high tech. It looked very industrial by design. So wherever we were, it was definitely, there was a military connection to it. So who took us out of the car? I don't know. I don't know how to word that and be any more honest than we are. There was a craft off to our left. There was a sphere that was white to the left of our car, and there was an orange sphere to the right of our car. We have no idea what actually took place over those hours, if that makes sense.
No, it totally does. And I look forward to really digging into this on Wednesday.
Yeah.
But your family runs this park now, right?
No, it was given to us by the state.
By the state. So what do you guys do with it? What goes on there? It's
ground zero. It's right where the incident took place. So there was so much activity there, and there still is to this day. There's spheres that people take pictures of. There's moving orbs. There's all kinds of activity. Crop circles. If you dig a look, look into Sheffield, Massachusetts, 2013, 2014, you'll see that there's still crop circles there to this day showing up. And so the Pine Island Farms, they own like 1,800 acres. That incident that took place with our family back in 1969 is technically on their property to this day. So they actually carved off a piece of their property and allow this park to be there. And then the townspeople actually paid for a marker that was put there. It was since been removed and replaced with one that was a lot nicer from Ancient Aliens. But basically, it's a sitting park. There's benches from Barr's got a bench there. Travis has a bench there. Ben Hansen has a bench there. The daughter of B.B. King, the nephew of Stephen Ray Vaughan.
KGRA has a poll.
And KGRA Radio sponsors it as well. Thanks, Bill. And
he's always plus selling.
Oh, it's okay, man. He's got, that was when Race had the show too. Hey, Bill, get the phone, please. And so with that, a lot of people sponsor it now, and we've had now Netflix has filmed there, Ancient Aliens has filmed there, Discovery Channel, Travel Channel's UFO Witness. So being that it's private property, they no longer have to pull permits. They film at ground zero. Our diner's still across the street, which is historically known for being involved in this incident because that's where all the talk took place regarding the space race. So our family got tied up in all this space race activity. And then we had the incident. And because it was 69 and we were looking up, we're all thinking, we're going to go to the moon, right? So, we're looking up and everybody's kind of more in tune with the subject to begin with. And then after 6 weeks after they landed on the moon and left this medallion the on the moon, which was made, and those people who made it ate in our diner, suddenly people started seeing these crafts in the area and we encountered it. And so it was just like the perfect timing. It was a holiday. People were outside having barbecues. It was just one of those things that was undeniable. It went out on the news in New York, newspaper clippings, WSBS radio aired it, and it just became this big local story that never really went anywhere until it was mentioned at the United Nations in 1992. Then after that, it kind of got refueled again, but it's always been more of a Northeast, if you will, New York type of Hudson River connection type of thing. So anyway, I'm just glad to be part of it now, and I'm glad that what I saw changed my views on a lot of things, and we're all part of a bigger picture, and that's kind of been my message all the my last 50 years.
That's fantastic. How old were you when the incident took place?
I was almost 10. Yeah.
So you have good memories. Well, when I say good, I mean you have
clear. Yeah,
memories.
And the thing was, our diner became the talk. Everyone that was involved in this thing, kind of like, when you're in church, right? You say, I'm talking to God, right? But you don't say that at Walmart, right? So there's a time and a place. Our diner became the hub for that discussion because those who made the goodwill message that was left on the moon ate at our diner. So everybody involved or who was interested in the subject or had seen something talked about it in this one little restaurant primarily. And so the restaurant's still there to this day. They still shoot TV shows there. Ben Hansen was just filming at our old diner for UFO Witness. And so the park, the diner, that whole little area, the radio station that broadcast this in 1969 is still there in the same building with the same call letters. And so it's just an area that doesn't change much. You know what I mean? They like the way it is. And so for that, it's been preserved in some respects. And so this area where this happened, they closed off the bridge. You can't go over it anymore. But now it's a full-blown friggin' park. And I think you can see the documentation that's on the website. You probably see the governor, Charles D. Baker, lieutenant governor, and it was sealed by a circuit court judge in the 30th District Court that formally recognized this case as being historically true. And then there's a letter from the Historical Society that mentions how it got a Heineck classification, but it never made Project Blue Book. It happened in September of 69, just before, Blue Book came to an end in December. So I never got into.
Yeah, and it's like, I've told people, I said, yes, Blue Book shut down, but the Air Force didn't stop investigating. That was the public division, and it was, okay, we're done. We did our job, our due diligence to, spread doubt.
Right. Yeah.
And Sheffield, by the way, is the reason I know it isn't from the UFO incident. It's part of the places in America with covered bridges.
Yes, it had one of the oldest one, and it burned down in '94.
Oh, it did?
Yeah. So
I've seen pictures of it, and I didn't know it burned down. So they rebuilt it.
Okay, so they rebuilt it, but they closed it off.
What?
So, okay, all right. So this is a really interesting. Remember, I said these things just aligned perfectly, right? So the old covered bridge, which was ratty, right? I mean, it was rough, right? You didn't want to go over it anymore. I mean, it was like horse and buggy, maybe, but a car? No, definitely not. I mean, it was rotted wood, right? You just see the water below you. You're like, no, I'm not going over that. I'm not stupid.
Not designed for those heavy axles.
not by the 80s, no. And so anyway, when it burned down, I guess some guy was like lighting off fireworks and it caught onto a bird's nest and it burned down. Yeah. And so when they rebuilt it, they blocked it off with pylons. And so because that area where the bridge was in the road was no longer, it was a right of easement, a passage. Since they blocked off the bridge, that area on the other side of the bridge where this took place was now no longer, owned by or used by the city or state. So it was like a turnabout. And that turnabout became our park because it was a property that was no longer used. Even though it was part of a Pine Island Farms, it used to be an easement area. And so they basically said, Tom, it's yours. This is where it happened. We support you. We inducted it into history. Pine Island Farms is given the okay for you to use it. And sure enough, now it's maintained, it's mowed, there's mulch, there's benches, there's solar lights at night. It's a really unique thing to be part of, and I'm kind of proud of that because our diner was a judgment-free, area or park. to talk, and they're both. I guess what I'm trying to say is that, we were open-minded about this back in the 60s because we were part of it. And so our diner was a judgment-free area, and that park is now a judgment-free area for the locals. I don't live anywhere near there. I live like 1,000 miles away, but I still support it. I still pay for it. I still maintain it. And it's a park that we kind of wanted to offer the locals for supporting us and advocating the incident and not, wavering, and sticking to their guns. It's a unique thing to be part of,
And is it pretty much a family affair there? And how much of your family is left from back then in '69?
We only lost my father, who was killed on the anniversary of our case going to the United Nations. But my mother, my grandmother, and my brother's still around, and there were over 250 witnesses to it. And some of the articles say 40, but that was the 40 people that showed up when the monument was unveiled. There were witnesses from Canaan. There were cattle mutilations in Canaan. I mean, it was crazy, man. There were 2 cattle mutilations in Canaan, Connecticut, which is 3 miles away. The magnesium that was mined for the atom bomb came from Canaan, which was right next to our diner. I mean, just the magnesium that was mined for the atom bomb actually went to Oak Ridge in Tennessee.
Wow.
Yeah. And so it's all industrially infused. And that's why I say government played a big part in what happened to us that night. You can't rule that out,
And by the way, I'm probably going to invite next Wednesday our good friend Chris DePerno who also does his own shows on KGRA, and because I'm sure he's going to want to talk to you too.
Okay. Yeah, sir. I'm all for it. Yeah, I'll be prepared.
Outstanding.
You've got the documents there. If you want, can you show a couple of them while we're on the air before I have to
on the website? Yes, I have the website here. Let me pull it up.
From the governor. Yeah.
Add stream. Here we go.
Cool.
And let's go to that page.
Yeah, homepage. Yeah, just go down a little bit. I think it should be right there. So there's the article. That's the was not article. That's the
this is from the Great Barrington Historical Society and Museum.
Yeah. You can see where it talks about September 1st, why U.S. Air Force. I mean, they worked with a law firm again, Debbie Kessler, who was at the Roswell Research Library, who was assisting them in the mining of documents. And so the city of Roswell actually helped get this inducted, and why I now hold the UFO Expo in Roswell for the city, which is a festival.
Now, did Hynek refer to your case as a close encounter of the third kind because of the fact you were removed?
Actually, at the time it was a CE1 because it was actually called in from a golf course. These people playing golf were the ones who called in the report.
That's interesting. Who just popped in behind you? Who was that?
Behind me?
Yeah, somebody popped in and waved. Who the hell was that?
Hey, come here, man. Hey, man. So listen, this is cool, man. So this is Steve Bonds, right? He's working with me on this upcoming movie called The Bridge about our case. He's working with the guys from
Matrix.
Yeah, the Matrix Reloaded is actually doing a movie on us right now. We're still putting it together, but Steve, Gary, who's really uptight, he's such an introvert. He hates coffee.
I'm a stressed out, angry military vet, dysfunctional.
Wow, that's quite a list, isn't it? Yeah. So anyway, he's going to Pine Bush with us. So he's just and we're picking up Travis. He's driving to pick us up. We're picking up Travis in Newark, right?
Yes.
Newark, yeah.
Even though I know he won't remember it. I met Travis a long time ago in Arizona. But dude, no, after the show or something, get him on.
You just ran him off, Gary.
Tell him to come back when we're done with the show. I'd actually like to talk to him.
We're going to go to pick up Travis at the airport. We're leaving in like 5.
You're leaving in 5 minutes, so
we're supposed to leave at 11.
Now we can also call it Fuck Off Friday because you can fuck off and go do something else.
I stayed here for you, Gary. I stayed here for you.
I appreciate it, Tom. That's really great, man.
And no problem.
Because we weren't sure what we're going to do today because really the star of today's show, she's absent.
Oh, no. What happened?
Oh, she had lost power. She's in Vienna, Austria.
And, the accent. That was the accent thing.
Yeah, she's not here today to talk about Fram or Flor de Man. So
wow. You do that really well. Surprise.
Hey, no, she thinks I sound
Yeah.
Stupid.
Terrible? Yeah, well,
She hates my
whatever.
accent.
I think it's wonderful. Hey, can you go back to the website again real quick? I want your
Yeah.
listeners to see something. I want to point something out. If you keep going down, right?
Oh wait, let me enlarge it bigger than that. Boom.
All right.
There it is. It's
Yeah.
engorged.
All right.
So go down further.
Yeah.
And by the way, I like that Hynek's mentioned in this.
Yeah. Keep going.
Yeah.
You like this too? That's the governor's citation that inducted me into history. And if you see in the middle there, if you go down a little further, it's signed that Kevin Titus, that he's a judge in the 30th District Court who sealed it. So it can never be rescinded.
And he signed this one too. Yeah, look at that.
That's because he was a witness to the cattle mutilations.
Huh.
So all these kids back in the day that hung out in our diner, they became bankers and historians and lawyers and judges. And they all worked together to get this. Yeah. Wait, keep going down. I'm sorry. I want you to see the article. I got the original article in here. I believe it's in here from Yeah, that's. I hold the expo in Roswell. You know, the Roswell UFO Festival in March. I hold that. So if you keep going.
Oh, that's because that's where we lost Bill. Bill went down there and
yeah, that
disappeared
was
with
my
you guys.
festival.
You
Right.
guys abducted him.
Yes, we did, and enjoyed every minute of it. Which is, you know, he can get into the details. Okay, go ahead. Keep
Just
going.
tell me you gave him an anal probe. He needed it.
Well, it wasn't me. We had this guy. He was really, really big. Okay, so
What is this? Oh, really?
you
Oh, and there's the covered bridge. Look at
yeah,
that.
there's the bridge. There's what we saw, and if you keep going, that's our diner, and that's our car. If Berkshire's UFO, that was the car that was in the incident.
Do you still have the restaurant?
No, it's now a pizzeria. It's owned by this guy Robbie, but it's Roberto's now. But they
Is
take
this your
pictures.
parents?
Yes, yeah, from back in the day.
Great pick.
Yeah, thanks. And yeah, I want you to.
This one looks like it was shot in the 70s to early 80s.
That was probably 87. Yeah,
That late.
yeah.
Wow.
Yep. And let's see. There should be an article in there somewhere, Gary.
I'm scrolling down further.
Mhm.
Berkshire UFO, Unsolved Mysteries, of course.
Oh yeah, Berkshire's UFO is my website. So let's see if it's in there. I'm hoping it's still no. Keep. Yeah.
We got your receipt for lunch.
Oh yeah. Writing it off, you know. I'm hoping.
And that's it. I'm at the end. What the heck? Did we miss it?
Now, real quick, if you go to media, since you don't have a guest today, and I'm like filling in, if you go to media, that's my park, and then if you go down, there's the episode from Ancient Aliens where we filmed a really good. That's Ancient Aliens. That was a very good program.
I've seen this episode.
The Taken.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't miss an episode of Ancient Aliens
Yeah.
ever. And I've been known to watch a few of them a few more times just to introduce my girlfriend to it. I go,
Oh,
you got to watch this episode.
the one with the unique accent.
Yes, from Vienna.
That
She
was
says,
Jesse Waters covered us. I went on Jesse Waters. Let me tell you, man, I was at happy hour and I get this call from Fox in New York and like, can you be on? And I'm like, oh my God, right? Because I'm pounding rum and cokes and having appetizers, and I'm like, sure, right? So I'm at the house pounding coffee, right, to get ready for the show. And so yeah, it was. I didn't expect that. It was like last minute.
what'd you think of Jesse?
Oh, he's okay. He's a little, you know, one of the more like a spoiled kid kind of thing, but he's okay.
Yeah, I didn't. You know, it's not like
All
I
right.
dislike him. I'm just not interested in him. He comes across a bit of a snarky prick sometimes.
Yeah, I didn't want to say that, but
And I'm a smartass. Don't get me wrong.
no,
But
no.
I can't. Snark annoys me. People who are snarky.
Yeah.
My first ex-wife was snarky, and I learned to hate snark.
Well, then you wouldn't get along with Jesse at all.
But
So, anyway, he's okay though. He's all right. Jesse's one of those guys that if like, you know, off air and stuff like that, you know, you let him know how you feel about things. He kind of just sits back. But I think in front of the camera, he tries to be like cocky, you know.
yeah.
Yeah, maybe a little condescending, you know, maybe Paquito. But
Oh, here's one Boston Globe and ABC News special.
yeah, that was fantastic. So yeah, I mean, all this is the coverage that we've gotten in New England. There's ABC News New York when they unveiled the monument for us. So it's gotten a lot of, here's the thing, it's gotten a lot of press, but mostly in the New York area. There's our polygraph examiner.
Well, you know that UFO activity almost tripled over the last year in the New England states, all the way up to New York.
Mhm.
And more reports are coming in.
Yeah.
One of our friends with MUFON in Pennsylvania said the reports of mixed reports of UFOs and Bigfoot.
Yes, that's big around here. Yep.
It just went nuts
Yeah.
over the last year. So let's see. This is the polygraph examiner talking about your test.
Yeah. So for Wednesday, I mean, if you just want to look some of this over, I mean, so much is on here.
You mean do my due diligence and research?
Well,
Thanks, Tom. I'll try.
Well, you've got other people that work with you, so they need to push you to do that because there's so much here, man. You're going to be like, I think it'll be worth giving a quick, once over anyway.
Absolutely. I'm going to be looking at all this.
Well, there's
stuff.
the attorney. That's the attorney that worked with the state. She's the one who went to the Roswell Research Library and dug all the documents about the. And by the way, the 33426, the General Assembly 33426.
Yeah.
Stanton Friedman spoke there alongside our attorney and Linda Morton Howe, and she's the one who dug up a lot of that stuff.
Oh, Linda. Oh man.
No, her.
This lady,
Debbie Kessler. Yeah. So
yes, John. Don will be on our show. Don's in my show. He will be on there, unless something happens unforeseen. God forbid that he gets sick again, because he got a nasty virus 2 weeks ago. Knocked him out for like over a week.
Yeah.
But
what else we got here? Just real quick. I'm trying to find that article. I'm really surprised it's not there. Damn it. I'm really hoping. Oh, I did the body language guys? Yeah, they evaluated me too. So
and they said, you know what? This guy seems honest.
Yeah, I mean,
doesn't seem to be bullshitting you.
I'm telling it like it is. They like it or not, I don't care. So anyway, a lot of good articles there. There's a lot on the site. If anyone wants to look into this stuff, it's ufopark.org or berkshiresufo.com. And like I said, Berkshire's UFO, the name of the episode was my website, but I felt like they should have mentioned her name along with it because it was our family's incident. It wasn't, there is no Berkshire's UFO Incident. It's the name of a website, for God's sakes, so.
All right, guys, I'm sharing the link out in the YouTube chat. I will also share it out to our Facebook chat. There we go. And boom, baby. So there you go. All
right. So Pine Bush, I'll be really pulling back the curtains this time. You know what I mean? It's I have to. It's like so many people have seen that episode, and there's so much that was left out. So the Pine Bush talk is all going to be really about what was concealed in Unsolved Mysteries, And here's another thing I just want to mention. If any show, I'm not picking on Unsolved Mysteries by any means, right? But that's the one that affected me. If you're a show that prides yourself on uncovering and assisting people and catching criminals and all this kind of stuff and unveiling, documents and helping people make sense of things, why would you leave out all the documents? Like you've seen quite a few. Why would you leave that out? And how many other shows have they done that to? That's what I'm asking myself. Why would you do that? You know what I mean? And so, was it an edit? Because it was originally to go to NBC, and then it was blocked by Netflix. So I don't know who redid it, but if you look at all the episodes, they're all 44 minutes, but ours is only 40. There was 4 minutes taken out of our episode. Why would you specifically take out government information and documents that solidify this as a true event?
It's weird.
It is weird.
It's weird. And I don't think it's just, look, the CIA, I'm not sure about the FBI, but I think the FBI is part of the collusion, and the Air Force have all colluded when it deals with covering up UFO cases.
But Ancient Aliens showed them. But I guess
that?
Ancient Aliens showed the documents.
They dug that. Was it redacted?
No.
That is
Yeah,
This was
and
really
so did
weird.
Ben Hansen did with UFO Witness Travel Channel, but the only one who didn't, the only one who pulled them after they filmed them was Unsolved Mysteries. It's a much
That's
bigger show.
really that's weird.
Makes
Why
you
would they do that?
Yeah, you got to ask the obvious question, right? Why? So that's what I'm going to be focusing on tomorrow. Provided I get some sleep. I was woken up after 4 hours today. Lance was like, I think Travis is going to miss his flight. So I'm like, no.
Was it Bill? Was it Bill with that loud voice?
No, but he's the one who woke me up. Can you imagine?
That's what I mean.
I'm sleeping at his house and the door opens up. Ah! I'm like, geez, I was in the middle of a dream, right? I'm drinking nipples and coffee. That's what I was in the middle
Nipples
of.
and coffee, and then this happened.
Ma, I'm doing a show.
Yeah.
What are you doing? I'm still having I'm dreaming right now. I'm finally in a good place, right? And I got woken up. So anyway, we're going to pick him up now. We're going to get Kathleen Martin. We're picking her up. We're all going to Newark. She's coming in at like 2:30. Travis is coming in at like 4. So
I'm hoping to get Travis on
I was
soon.
going to take the limo. We stocked up. We got a limo here. We're going to take the limo and pick him up. But like driving around New York in the limo, we're not going to be able to, I don't think, weave through the traffic and that kind of thing. So we had drinks in the back, some rum, some drinks, sodas, munchies and stuff. But I guess we're getting them in a truck now. So.
Well, that's great.
We're going limo to a Ford. Yeah.
Will he be around next Wednesday, or he's going to be elsewhere?
Travis?
Yeah.
I don't know. No, he's flying back probably Sunday or Monday.
Oh, before then.
I have to go back I live outside Atlanta, so I'm going to be going back, and then Bar's coming into my.
Wait a minute.
What
part of Atlanta?
I live right out. I actually live in Tennessee, right outside.
Okay.
Why, do you know Atlanta well? Or?
Yeah, I lived there for 2 years. I raised my daughter for 2 years of her life in Roswell.
I know. Yeah, Roswell, Georgia. Yeah.
I worked for iFleet,
Okay.
and it was a huge company, 2,000 employees. They had consumed my former boss. He died. We stayed friends till his death.
I hang out in Decanter. Decanter.
They bought us and moved us to Roswell, and I'm like, I loved it down there, man. I like the South. I'm a Southerner.
Me too. I live down there. It's nice. It's warm. No, really little snow. But yeah, I go to Buckhead a lot, Decanter, a few different areas like that. So, there's Dragon Con. If you've heard of Dragon Con, right? I speak of Dragon Con in Atlanta. That's a friggin' party right there. I mean, that's crazy. Like millions of people. It's nuts. You can't even get food, right? There's so many people you can't get food. When I go, I got to bring coolers and stuff because it's like a 3-hour wait just to get a pizza.
And by the way, I do want to show this real quick. Another person's going to be hopefully joining you on Wednesday, and it's going to be fun if he's actually Mexican, because I've been wanting to clear the air with him for me, because he could give a shit who I am.
Barra?
Yeah, Mike Barra. Because I love that guy until I found out he was a moon landing denier. And I would love to just clean the air and make it to where I can love him again, and not like just get that guy when he comes on.
He's coming in Wednesday, so if this is real early, I don't know if he'll be there, but we can always
talk to him about it.
I will.
Hey, man.
Yeah, we talk today probably.
Bring up that Don Ecker will be there, and then there's this fucking asshole who
Gary?
wants to love you again. Yeah, he wants to love you again, Mike Barra.
Yeah,
please come on the show.
You don't seem like a hard guy to get along with.
I'm impossible to get on. Nobody likes me.
Well,
John,
maybe
by the way, John is here. Das Wolfen, he joined us. John hates me.
Oh no, he's just saying that to make you feel good. Hey, so listen, I got to run. I got to go get Travis.
Tom.
This was great, man. It was unexpected, and I had a lot of fun. So thanks for having me. Thanks for the invitation for Wednesday, and I'll Bill give you my cell phone if you have any questions. Speak beforehand, and my email. Do you need my email?
There's a private chat here. Ask Bill for help if you need it. Put your phone number and your email into the private chat with me.
All right.
You'll see it says private chat, and you'll see the last name there.
I got StreamYard. I got a show too, by the way, UFO Man.
You need to have us on.
I will have you on. This is great.
It'll be fun.
Yeah. So Anthony, Unidentified S4. We're kind of partnered with him.
Anthony.
Yeah, I guess so. Anthony. So this one says starred for Bill.
Oh my God.
he's coming.
I'm here.
Hurry up. All right, where's the private chat here? Because I got starred and live. I don't see, which one.
Right here, private chat.
Oh, there it is down there. Okay, so I'm going to give him my email address. Okay. So,
Email and phone number.
Hey, Bill.
Hey, Bill,
Um,
Tom's doing a show.
I'm driving, by the way.
no, you're not.
Yes, I am.
Why?
Because there's more room in my car.
Bill, I need you to help me get Mike Barra on here on Wednesday.
He'll be at
Hear
my
me,
house.
Bill? Bill can't hear me.
Oh, he can't. All right, send. There. He wants Barra. But I think it's going to be at my house Wednesday. But I don't know what time he's flying in. But I think he's coming in Wednesday. But this is going to be, what time are we doing
11
this?
a.m.
11 a.m.?
Or,
That's friggin' early.
wait a minute. Time out. Can it be switched to dangerous military notes?
Yeah, that'll be fine too. If you want to do it in the afternoon.
Yeah, because I think it's coming in like around 1 or 2.
Because that's at 4 Eastern.
Yeah, we'll do it then.
That's better. Okay, I give you my info in private chat. You want to? I guess I'll sign off and I'll give you the headset real quick. Good night, guys. Thanks so much.
Hey, Tom, see you later, man.
You guys later. Have a great show.
All right.
Hold on. Let me just kill it.
Well, wait. Okay, you done?
We got to go. See you guys.
Oh, bye. And like that, they were out of our life. Oh, that was fun.
Yeah.
So I thought he was producing our show today. I was like, what the fuck's going on? He just walked away and he didn't do the intro. I'm like, what? I guess I'm doing it. So, but anyway, more people have showed up. That was fun. Tom's a nice guy. I like him.
Impromptu UFO episode.
Yep. And there's his info. I got it. Let me copy and then move over yonder here. I remember when I was a kid and I heard that the first time from my grandmother. Grandma told me to grab a bucket, and there was like a bunch of buckets. She goes, the one over yonder. And I just stopped and like, what the fuck is yonder? I'd never heard that word before. I think I was like 7, 8 years old. I'm like, what is that? It sounds like the name of a dog, yonder. Weird.
Look at this guy.
Why does this? I don't know what part it sounds like a drug deal.
The exchange of
Exchange of information. Yeah. He'll be back on next week. I guess we'll do it on Dangerous Military Nerds. We'll do a little UFO show in the afternoon. I'll get Chris on if he has to leave early because he does his own show on Wednesdays too. Let's see. Is Anima still in the chat? She hasn't lost power yet. Okay, good. I see Kyle is here. Hey, Kyle, here you go.
Hey, fuck you, Kyle.
There you go. Man, I feel like that's it. I'm spent. That's the show. Hey, exciting show tomorrow.
Yeah.
We got Andre joining Tom and me for Conan. Last minute, man, we were doing the birthday thing for Tom, and Andre's like, yeah, let's just go ahead and do it. And I'm like, okay, we'll do Conan on Saturday. And then Razor Fist was there, and, I put him on the spot, Johnny on the spot, man. I'm like, hey, dude, you coming? Because you missed the 2 Blade Runner things. That guy's been a no-show. Doesn't even respond to me. I made fun of him for that if you didn't catch it on Wednesday. Message you don't even respond to me. It's like, email me. Then I email you. You don't respond to me. Hit me on, what was it he said to hit him up on, what is that software with it looks like a game controller logo. It's used for communicating and showing videos and stuff and people who
you're talking about Discord?
Discord, that was it. He says, message me on Discord. Fucking guy never responded to me. I'm like, it's like, all I've got from you, motherfucker, is static. Because he goes, I totally want to get back with you. And I'm like, yeah, this shit started over a year ago, bitch.
Hey, boss, we have a breach.
I love Razor Fist. I really do. I watch him.
In fact, there has been 2 breaches, both by Real Wade.
Real Wade? Fuck that guy. No, he gets no video. I saw what you said to me, Wade. What about me? What am I, chopped liver?
Did you say Conan?
Yeah,
my.
not Conan.
Crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and hear the lamentation of the women.
One of the greatest scenes in film history. Let's see. We shall play 2 Bob's Burger ones.
Maybe we only need like 3 stink bombs. You better give me the other ones.
Okay, I drop these 3 stink bombs, smell up the joint, and slip out the back door.
Go! Use the back door. I'll stall the crowd. Go, go.
I love Bob's Burger. So that's it. Look, man, you're only supposed to get one. It's like Spider-Man. You get one. Everybody gets one. The Kyle clip was pulled from. Oh, did you enjoy that movie? It's silly fun. I really did laugh my butt off. Razor Fist sounds like a really crappy metal band.
Yeah, but you should watch him. He's an awesome individual.
He's I don't know if Kingsport Cal might enjoy him because I don't know. Because he's very political. And I think he really flows into areas you might not dig. But we love, all of us do. We all love him. Tom, Andre, all of us are friends with him. You know, he follows me personally, and he follows Pop Culture Minefield, you know, and that meant a lot when he did that. I was like, holy shit, you didn't have to follow us. Awesome. To hear the lamentation of the women, one of the best movie quotes ever. I agree, John. I agree. Scenes in like there are lines in movies that just stay with you for life. And of course, my brain works that way, that when people say something to me, I immediately respond in my head from a clip in a movie. Keith does that shit too. And because I was raised in front of a TV like that on that show Dream On, the opening titles. I was that kid. Just my parents would just put me in front of the TV and I just watch movies and TV all day. And I remember ICQ. ICQ was an Israeli software company that had the first real chat platform. And they would give audio sounds out. You remember that shit, John?
Yeah,
Martin?
yeah. I was.
And when you would go to the official website, they would have audio, and they had Blade Runner sounds. And somebody there fucked up because on Blade Zone, we did some fake audios. So it was just fun where I did the blimp voice just for shits and giggles, you know, where go to a land of opportunity and adventure, off-world. And I did this whole thing, and it ended up on their website to be downloaded as one of the sounds that you could play. And I'm like, and I wrote them, I'm like, hey man, I love that you did that, but that's not from the movie. That's actually me doing that voice. And they didn't take it out. It was there for a while until ICQ just kind of died.
Yeah. Well,
I can't even remember what year that was. What year was that?
That was long. That was like 90s, late 90s.
It was late 90s. It was like by the time the millennium hit, I don't think anybody was using ICQ anymore.
No.
But it was the shit for a while, man.
Yeah, and then it was AOL Instant Messenger.
Never used it.
It was around before that. That's what picked up. A lot of people started using AOL. I don't know why, but
it was sometime in the 2000s.
Hey, Don's in the chat.
Oh, we have a message from Don. A question.
Yes, send him an invite.
Yes.
Yeah, we got to break in a few minutes.
Yeah, we told him that we would start talking about From in the second half of the show, but I don't know if I want to talk about it without Anima here. It's just I thought maybe Don and I can just banter about some of this shit and some of his knowledge on that situation with Thom Reed and that Sheffield UFO incident.
Yeah, I'll have to go back and watch it. I need to catch up on exactly what. I'm not familiar with it.
But I'm going to. I guess we can go ahead and do our break. How early are we?
About 3 minutes.
Yeah.
I'll give it 3 more minutes. I'll wait. So who all is here? Have I missed anybody? We got Real Wade Nation Gaming, and I'm assuming that Wade is talking about like coming onto his show, and what I find is a lot of my friends do their shows at times that are not comfortable or convenient for me. They're very inconvenient. And I mean, you got to remember, I'm a part of Toxic Tuesday, and I've hardly been on there lately because it's rough for me to do anything on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
And I think Wade does things on Thursdays. These are art days for me. I have to do my work on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I cannot do shows. And if I do one, it ain't Wednesday. Oh, well, did you even see who we just had on, Don? We just had Thom Reed, part of the Sheffield UFO incident. He was just on here, and he's going to join us next week, you and me. And I thought I'd pick your brain a little bit about what happened with that case. But if you don't want to talk about it, fine. No one's going to binge your arm about it. Wait a minute. Put that back up. What was that? You need a special day to do your thing. I got to tell you, man. Tuesdays and Thursdays are also time I get to spend with Anima. She gets to watch me do my work, and as weird as it sounds, if I don't have Tuesday and Thursday off, I have trouble doing the other days of the week for the shows because I don't have the ability to recuperate my brain. It needs to rewind and unwind because it's true. Despite the fact that it appears the opposite, I'm an extreme introvert, and these shows can wear me out. It's like somebody wants to meet after I do Friday shows. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to talk to anybody. I've been invited on other shows like Tom and Doomcock, and my brain's not there. I'll jump on there and I'm just like a deer in headlights. I'm not talking. I'm not interacting. It's weird, and I tell people, I know my limitations. If anybody knows them, I do. I know when I've
Gap's
done
in the
as much
house.
as I can.
Hey, Gap.
Gap was here. Good. My backdoor pride voice. Yeah, I meant to ask him, how aliens feel about Pride Month. Do they give it any thought? Oh my god. But I always do feel bad, Wade. I feel bad because I'm Catholic and I feel Catholic guilt all the time over everything. Everything's my fault. I did this. It's my fault something happened.
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah, it's true though.
Yeah.
And Gap says hi to us. So you're on episode 5 of what? What was he watching?
What?
Which is?
Oh, this one.
I tried getting to the glorious episode 6 Sons of Bitches spoke of, but it's so slow. What show is it though?
From episode 6.
Oh, From. Look, man, if it's not your cup of tea, it's not your cup of tea. I'm not going to hold it against you. I like slow burn shows like that with a mystery. So does Dawn.
Oh, and I have this comment for you.
Gary, I've met Grandpa actor from 1974, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, real life, no shit. Wow. By the way, I always looked at the original 74 film as a dark comedy because it's like I kept saying, look, man, whether he did it intentionally or not, Leatherface acts like Curly in a couple of scenes. When he goes around the corner chasing the girl when she gets loose, watch him go around the corner and he does the Curly shuffle around the corner. He fucking does it on camera. I'm in the theater. Everybody's like, oh, and I'm like, and it has one of the funniest moments when the dad gets there.
Whoa! We're past the break time for like 2 minutes.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Well, sorry, you started talking and
I know, but you guys are in charge of this shit.
Oh, but you're so charming.
Oh my God, fucking
You're so distracting, Gary.
Hi guys, this is Gary from Pop Culture Minefield here on KGRA, and we're leaving for our first break. I hope we survive.
Did you know 75% of Americans are
Hey members, the new KGRA DB app is now available on iOS and Android devices. Gain on-demand access to any KGRA DB programming. Download any show directly to your mobile device to listen or watch on the go. Go to the App Store and search KGRA DB.
Oh wow, we survived. Welcome back to the commercial break. Now for some more Pop Culture Minefield on KGRA.
I got a fever.
Yeah. It's in my loins.
When I
Cold water.
part of my errands was I had to go to Hobby Lobby to get a shadow box for one of my jerseys that I got, signed jerseys.
They got a lot of them at Hobby Lobby, man.
Yeah, and I kind of picked up something extra.
Oh my!
Gojira!
Godzilla warning sign. It was half price. I was like, yeah, okay.
Fantastic. Oh, Kyle, really? Oh man, he breached the back door. Let me get him a backdoor video. Hold on. Oh man.
Well, he has
Open your back door, baby. Loosen your hinges, I'll show you my key. Hey, fuck you, Kyle.
So, I still pride this show on the fact that we try to be as interactive with our audience as possible.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm looking forward to news from Bill that we're going to finally be able to take call-ins. I hope that they've got that shit figured out soon so we can have some of the KGRA audience call in.
That'd be awesome.
You got City Hands, Mr. Cooper, been counting fuel up money all your life. And Monkey Jeeves, there's a show today? I'm looking forward to Brian being back next week, man. I hate that we haven't had a show on Thursday since he went on vacation. But, he's been sending me snapshots of his vacation. He's been having fun. Him and his wife. And they deserve it, man.
Yeah,
there's a show I want back. Vox? What's this? What show?
Vox Machina.
Oh
yeah, it'll be back. It'll be back next January for season 3.
You don't want me to call in. Did you read that Kings Park out? You don't want me to call in.
Yeah.
Oh, I do.
What the hell are you motherfuckers talking about? I think the call-ins could be a very bad idea unless you have good screeners. We're going to have screeners. They'll be screened before they call in. Where's Danny? Is he okay? Pop Culture Minefield? He's doing better. He's he's rediscovering who he is. He's got to find out who he is. This is a process.
days.
Oh my God, Lady V will.
Of course
troll
she
the
will.
Shit out of us. Of course you will. I'll
Yep.
invite that. I'd love that.
Danny's got like some immediate needs that he needs to take care of that he's working on.
He's dealing with.
and
I've stopped talking to him temporarily because I want him to focus on himself because I love him.
yeah,
You know, and I've had friends with addictions before that had to deal with it, and he's finally, I don't know if he's hit rock bottom, and sometimes that's what it requires, but we pray for him and we always send positive thoughts and we love him, period.
I will, Cal.
What do you say?
Tell Danny I'm thinking of him.
Yep. Let him know. But let's see. Gary picked his nose on stream. I have a hairy nose.
Did you see that picture in the members
Yes,
group?
I did, and it annoyed Anima. Means it was really good.
Well, he posted it too early. He should have waited until Pride Month.
I don't do that. This is the most you'll ever hear me talk about. I'm not ever going to talk about it again.
I
It's like,
think Monkey's
very
talking
private.
to Kings.
Yeah.
Oh. I thought he was talking about Danny, and I don't want to talk about Danny publicly because it's nobody's business, I know things that I don't want to know. So definitely, Gap, thank you, send good vibes, because it's difficult dealing with that stuff. But what was I talking about before commercial break? I was telling you something. Let's see how good you guys are.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Man, I have memory problems, so
I don't even know who you are.
Sorry, I got a lot in the background because as soon as I get off the show at 3, I got to take off because I'm house sitting for my sister this weekend.
What the fuck was things? That was private. Okay. So we are silent.
Yep.
Pop Culture Minefield.
Well.
So what he's saying, we're talking about Jade. Bush, let it go.
That was it. I went back and watched the pre-commercial just now. That's why I zoned out. We were talking about Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh yeah, that's right. And how it's a comedy.
And when it's like when the daddy shows up at the house after the whole incident with the girl escaping and all that shit, and Leatherface will because he can't talk. He's like a Muppet. And he's a human Muppet. I swear to God, it's so fucking weird. And the daddy's like, you let him loose. It's like, and we got him back, Daddy. We got him back. They're back in the basement. Everything's taken care of. And what about? And he's like, yeah, we took care of that too, Daddy. And the dad's frustrated because he wanted to chew somebody's ass. Okay,
yeah.
You could see it in him, and he did the typical thing that every parent fucking does, and it's what makes it so fucking funny. He finds something else to yell about. And he goes, look at your brother did to the doors. I laughed so hard at that fucking line. It was great. And people are like, what the fuck's wrong with him? He's laughing at this. Women are getting cut up.
He's a misogynist.
And Cal, I don't have to. I have the code for the safe, the gun safe, and there's plenty in there. And thanks, Cap. Oh yes, if I was going to bring my gat, and I'm like, I don't have to. I've got a safe full of them.
I'm never without
my sister's house.
I'm never without a gun. I thought I was the only person on the planet who didn't think that movie was. It's not scary. I remember I'm the worst person to take to a film that claims to be really scary, because I will outright laugh in scenes where people are like, I'm one of those annoying people. They hate me in the theater. I'm sitting there with a teacher friend of mine. We're watching The Tooth Fairy, or I'm sorry, it's called Darkness Falls, but the villain in it, the witch, was called the Tooth Fairy. And the moment where they're at the bar and it's reaching its conclusion, that bar scene, I leaned over to my buddy and I said, I swear to God, if the cops arrest him and take him back to the police station, the power goes out and he's in a cell in the middle of the room, I'm going to fucking lose my mind. I am going to fucking lose my mind, because it was so predictable what was going to happen. And when it fucking happened exactly the way I described it, I went into hysterical laughter in the movie theater, and he got embarrassed and moved over. Oh my God. I hate bad horror films. I'm funny about that. But Texas Chainsaw Massacre isn't bad. It's a really great film. But it definitely has some dark humor written into it on purpose. And I don't know if a lot of people catch it. I caught it. When he goes around that building, that smoke trailing out of the chainsaw, he fucking does the curly shuffle around.
I'll have to rewatch that scene.
Go watch that scene.
I don't recall that.
His leg kicks out, and because he's a big guy, he's heavy set. So he runs around that corner and he fucking does it. Actually, that is one of my favorite sound effects from that film. And I love that they used it again when they did the remake. And even though I'm not a fan of the remake, I love that in the trailer they added that sound effect back in there. And it's a mixture of a Polaroid and a violin. Yeah. And it's creepy sounding. Yeah, it's like I remember Polaroids as a kid, man. I had a Polaroid when I was in the Army, and I remember my roommate when I was in college took a photo of me with a one-hitter. I was smoking some weed with him, and I was in the dark wearing sunglasses, drunk and high, and he took that photo. I wrestled him to the ground and took that photo of mine. Nobody's going to have that. I destroyed that fucking photo. That photo does not exist. You will never get a photo of me to blackmail me with me doing weed.
You had no right. That picture belonged to the world.
Yeah,
it's gone.
We were a Kodak house because my uncle worked for Kodak, so we got Kodak cameras all the time. So we used the Kodak Instamatics.
I miss Gunnar Hansen, man. He was one of those horror icons, man. He really was.
Yeah, Gabe Monkey his video.
Did he do a breach?
Oh yeah. Back to Henry's lucky Gunnar Hansen is dead.
Oh, that's lazy. Really? All right, you just say back there, Gary. All right, I'll give him one. I'll give him his favorite one.
Maybe we can get in through the back door.
I wish that was a little longer.
Hey, have you noticed that Christian Slater's voice is starting to resemble that of Norm?
You know, he's a little bit Norm Macdonald, a little bit Jack Nicholson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, look, it's also the writing. I didn't like any of the prequels. My problem with prequels is the very simple fact that it's important for your characters to be in peril. And when you do prequels, you know certain characters aren't going to die. And so where's the peril? What was it? Sneakatokes? And you know, I didn't want to do weed. It was my roommate, Thom Reed. I love that guy. I miss him. I haven't seen him in decades. And he would just, he got me to chill, man. He's also the one that first got me to open up about some of the shit that happened with me. The dark stuff.
Oh, Bush has breached.
Yeah, buses have back doors.
Now that one,
that's clever. Yeah, that deserves a video.
So here you go.
What did I just tell you? Who's the pitcher? Who's the catcher?
You're the pitcher and the catcher. You're the pitcher and the catcher. See?
There you go. I remember a great Turner Classic Movie doc with Gunner describing how hard it was to slow down while he was chasing. I know. It's sort of like that scene where there's an episode of Shazam back in the 70s where this girl's on the track team and competing against males, and how the males had to slow down and run half pace so she could win the race.
Or little Leia fleeing about a group of.
Oh, that seems. Don't even.
No, that whole
because it's done.
That whole series is garbage.
Oh my goodness! No, I want to Don still like me, so I won't submit him to that.
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh my god. The song says, "Shake it like a Polaroid picture." Yeah, I love that song. Not Kodak, although Eastman owns Kodak and is a big producer. You know, I got to tell you, that song is really dark. When I sat and read the lyrics to that song, I'm like, this is not a happy song. It's like,
no.
And you think it is because it's so snappy and upbeat, but it is not a. Outcast was awesome, dude. Man.
There's a lot of songs that, if you actually read the lyrics, they don't match the tone of the song.
No. And I kind of like it when songs are like that, where it sounds like this real upbeat song and it's actually talking about a very dark subject.
Yeah, I think my favorite dark subject song is Possum Kingdom by the Toadies.
Yeah.
It's the official serial killer song.
Yeah, that Roses. Cool. Yep, Roses.
Yeah.
But it's so funny because normally I'm pretty much steady in the music that I listen to, but every once in a while something will hit, like Outkast, and they will get my ear, and I will go, oh, I got to go listen to them. It's sort of like, I'm not what you would call a hard rock person. I don't listen to a lot of hard rock, but when AC/DC put out, I just forgot the name of the album, Back in Black and all that.
Yeah. Back in
Black. When they put Back in Black, they put that album out. I bought that album, and then people go, "Oh, you like AC/DC?" Fuck yeah, I love them. What did you think of Fly on the Wall? It's just repeating what they did in this one album. Well, what did you think? And they would like bring up other ones. Like, it's still trying to capture the exact same thing. They didn't even try anything new. It's still trying to repeat what they did on this one album, which is perfect. That is a perfect album. Every song is a perfect song on that album. And I shit you not, I thought I was like the only person. And then I heard a couple of metal heads that do a YouTube channel, very popular one too. And they said it too. And I'm like, thank you. I've been saying it for years. It's like all they're trying to do is recapture what they did on this one album. And don't get me wrong, Bon Scott, amazing voice. Their best album is still that album.
Yeah. With Malcolm.
Yep. And I got to tell you, man.
Brian Johnson, not Malcolm. Malcolm's
Brian Johnson.
Band.
Good stuff, man. I love Back in Black. What an album. And Cranberries.
Yep.
Yep, Cranberries were very good.
Definitely.
Can you believe she died young? We lost her.
That's sad.
Yeah, that sucked a lot. That was the first CD I ever bought. That one from Cranberries.
Yeah, I got to tell you, man. The Water Boys. I don't know if anybody remembers them.
No, I don't remember those.
They came out in the 80s. They're an obscure band, but they did this one song that just hit me, The Hole of the Moon. That song just knocked me out of my socks.
Look at the penny.
I got to tell you, if you think that's funny, Penny, watch him tell that story of what led to what's going on in the movie, to go all the way back to that whole thing. When he did that live for the first time on camera, I was so glad I wasn't drinking anything because I would have blown it out my nose. And the machine. He's insane. I like him. He's a guy that he's got no filter. He has a problem with his filter. He's gotten a lot of hot water with people. He speaks very frankly and honestly. And there are people that don't like him. And I'm like, why? Because, to find somebody that candid, that's a blessing as a person. But that story, I mean, that's his best comedy. I've heard some of his other comedy. Some of it's funny, but it's just nowhere near as good as when he tells that story about taking Russian in college. And he was auditing the class, I think, or something. And he goes in there and she's like, you're the linchpin of me doing this class. So if you stay with this class, I will give you a passing grade. And he took 2 years of Russian and still can't speak much of it. He passed the class. And so when they traveled to Russia, come to find out, all security is run by the different families of the Russian mafia.
The banditi.
That's what the whole story is about, is him interacting with these Russian mobsters. And it was funny as hell when he robs his own train with these mobsters. And he robs himself, by the way. They stole his shit out of his suitcase. It was fucking funny. That story is insane. Yeah, Bert Kreischer. That dude is hilarious. I'll talk to Chris about it. I'll talk to Chris if he can connect me. I like Chris.
Yeah.
Chris was on. We chatted for a little bit last night, and I told him, yeah, we should have a conversation when we're not on the show, because they were talking about something we should talk about on the show last night.
Yeah. I don't remember what my first cassettes were, and I don't remember what my first CDs were, because I was buying stuff that I already had on cassette because I, switched to having a CD player.
Right. I didn't get a CD player until 88 or 89. My first CD player.
I'm willing to bet that one of the first CDs I bought was Master of Puppets, because that would have been one of the first albums I would have wanted. And probably a couple of Weird Al albums and maybe a Slayer. I don't remember for sure.
I'm trying to remember.
Oh, I had on cassette that I can't remember. Razor's Edge.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wasn't very fond of buying cassettes. I bought LPs mostly, and I made my mixtapes.
I did a lot of the mixtapes things. I really did. And once we got CD burners, I was making my own CDs.
I was too.
But this was, I just double checked. This is the first album. Let me see if I can add it here. See if they'll let me add it, because they sometimes don't let me add stuff in this.
You see, this is the moment in which we need Brian here.
Yeah, see, they're not letting me add it. Let me delete this image. I got to delete an image to add an image. It's fucking stupid. There you go. This is the first thing I bought on CD.
Peter Gabriel.
Peter Gabriel's So.
Yeah. I could see that.
And immediately after that, I bought Duke, Abacab. A lot of people don't know, unless you're a big fan of Genesis, what Abacab is. It's ABACAB. It's the process of writing a poem.
Yeah.
Which line you repeat and which one you don't. And Abacab is that. I love that album. I'm God, man. Is there a Genesis album I don't love? I guess the early stuff there's stuff on the albums I loved, and then there's stuff on there that's like, oh. I like Supper's Ready. The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. But there are some of those songs like Squonk. I'm like,
Yeah. Lady V Element says she wasn't alive for cassettes. I'm like, we're old. My first car had an 8-track player in it. Had a cassette player too, but it had an 8-track player. I had 8 tracks.
Wow. I only remember having an 8-track cassettes that was inherited from me. I don't know for what relative.
Oh no, I'd go to garage sales looking for classic rock 8 tracks.
Oh yeah. Oh man, I remember 8 tracks, dude. First 8 track I got was Duke, Genesis Duke. But I got to tell you something. One of my favorite movies is John Cusack's film High Fidelity with Jack Black and everybody.
Yeah.
And he gets into the art of making a mixtape. And he's so right, man. It's a story. When you make a mixtape, the music needs to flow. Don't just fucking slop shit together. It has a meaning.
Yep.
And it's totally true, man. Every single mixtape, every CD-ROM I ever burned as a music CD had a story to it.
Especially when you're making one for your girlfriend.
I never did that.
Oh, you never did that?
No.
Listen here, Bush, you boy.
The girlfriends I had liked it that I could actually play songs on piano. So I'd play like my favorite songs on piano for them from other artists. Like I learned Elton John, a few songs by Phil Collins, Peter Gabriel, Billy Joel. By God, Billy Joel was hard. You think Elton John would be hard? No, fucking Elton really wasn't that complicated in how he wrote his music. Billy Joel wrote some very complicated fucking pieces, and I could never play a song exactly how he played it. I could replicate Elton John's, keyboard movement, not Billy Joel. Big Black Flag fan, yeah. It's Saturday night, ain't got nothing to do. Let's sit back and drink me a couple of brews. TV party tonight. Fuck yeah. No, and by the way, greatest soundtrack of all time, in my opinion, is a music soundtrack, not the score, but the music.
Yeah,
a collection of songs from a movie is Repo Man. I love the soundtrack from Repo Man. I have never been without that album. I always have at least one copy of it, and I always have a soft copy on my computer.
Yeah, my favorite soundtrack is going to be heavy metal.
Heavy metal is great, but it took forever to get that because, early on with that using band music, artist music on their soundtracks is great.
Yeah,
but they did not think ahead.
Nope.
And when it came time, they ran into legal problems. I was really happy when I got the 45 of Don Felder's heavy metal. And man, what was the lyrics that would
we're gonna ride on heavy metal?
It's just been so long since I've seen that or heard that song. I haven't listened to it in years. But I love that whole album. And the music to Harry Canyon in particular. They played Journey. And then taking a ride on heavy metal.
Yeah.
That dude is from the fucking Eagles, man.
Yeah, I know. My favorite Devo songs on that album too. Working in a coal mine.
Yep. Working in a coal mine, going down.
Working in a coal mine. Ooh, I'm gonna break down.
There you go.
Yeah.
My dad used to record TV intros onto cassettes. He had 3 or 4 of them, and we'd listen to them on family outings. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's nice.
I like that shit. I'm one of those weird people. I know the opening and outro credit songs from Gilligan's Island. I can sing them. I'll just sit there. I know all the words. I love that. A lot of people don't know that there are 2 versions.
I don't know the outro.
Well, the intro, first of all, was really changed after the first season because fans were complaining that the Professor and Marianne weren't mentioned. And so, because in the original season 1, and all the rest are here on Gilligan's Island. And I always love that. And a lot of people don't know also that John Williams wrote a lot of the incidental music on Gilligan's Island in the show. Didn't write the theme songs, but he did that.
I didn't know that.
And he went by the name Johnny Williams back then. In fact, when he did Lost in Space, he was still called Johnny Williams.
And John, back before they had the original X-Men movie, he was my fan cast for Wolverine.
Who was?
Danzig.
Oh, Danzig.
He's
yeah.
He's like short. He had the mutton chops, and he had the he just have to do something with his hair. But he was well muscled. He was short. He had had the sideburns anyway with the.
Yep, I remember that shit. Danzig. He was with I forgot the name. Before he went solo.
Oh, was a punk band. I'm trying to remember the name of it.
I remember they had the Martian rat monster on the cover of one of their albums, and I used to listen to it with my buddy Matt McGuire, the artist for Guar. He and I would sit up in his room and he introduced me to a lot of that music. Our other thing that he and I shared is we used to listen to the Dead Kennedys and the Dead Milkmen. But by the way, the end theme is
the Misfits.
Misfits, that's right. The end theme to Gilligan's Island was no phone, no lights, no motor car, not a single luxury. Like Robinson Crusoe, it's primitive as can be. You're out of sync with me.
Yeah, I know.
So join us here each week, my friend. You're sure to get a smile from the 7 stranded castaways here on Gilligan's Isle. That was it.
Yeah.
I like the Brady Bunch theme. It's just like I walked around. I didn't sing popular music. I sang theme songs from TV shows. Seeing John Williams live, you can feel the music. It goes through you. Yeah, absolutely. I grew up as a huge fan of John Williams. And I got to tell you, he did 2 theme songs to Lost in Space. A lot of people don't know that. It wasn't until the 3rd season the famous theme came into play. Yeah. For 2 seasons, it was a completely different theme song. It's still good, but that third one, the da 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 da, that was 3rd season, the final season of Lost in Space.
And that's the one everybody remembers.
It is. Nobody remembers the 1st season.
I do.
Yeah, I would do weird. I mean, I could go from they're talking about talking about going back up to the mixtapes. I could go from Metallica to Duran Duran with no issue.
Yeah.
In my shuffles.
Oh, really?
Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't know it either. That's interesting. He was good for the part, in my opinion. The fan favorite got picked for Xavier, because I remember when Wizard did the fan picks, the votes, and it was Patrick Stewart all the way.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Wizard magazine did it. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I remember that. It was like Clint Eastwood was another one that was fan listed for Wolverine through Wizard.
Yeah, see, I didn't get
I
that.
miss Wizard magazine.
What? Don't you read BuzzFeed?
It's either a hit or myth.
Yep.
That's a good one. I'm gonna give you that.
Okay, I'm reading what you said to Lady V. Elements. Nothing beats coding half drunk on beer, heavy smoking with trash metal in the background. And she says she'll have to take your word for that. But I've not gotten to see a lot of my favorite artists live. My first live concert was Kiss. I went with my buddy Mark Maxfield. And then Pink Floyd. I would see them live. And I saw Billy Joel, Van Halen, and Bachman Turner Overdrive. And there's more. I'm forgetting all of them. Not very many. Oh, I actually went because I won tickets. Because Charlie Bruce, my buddy Charlie.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, call into the radio station. Call this number. So I called in and I answered the question. And I won tickets to go see Katrina and the Waves. And I'm like all the music, I'm like, oh, I know that song, which it is. It's like, Rocket on Sunshine. Whoa. It's like, I sat there and I'm like, I wish I had you. God, I should have given these tickets away to somebody. He declined because of scheduling issues. Fox asked him to audition because of his height and build. That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
I never got to see Foreigner, man. I love Foreigner. But yeah, BTO.
I've seen Foreigner multiple times. Of course, they come to the fair, so
Yeah.
They're not. I don't think they're coming this year because we've got Three Doors Down and Candlebox.
Yeah, when I went to see Billy Joel, it was during the Innocent Man tour, and I was shocked when he hit that one high note in the song "I Am." He goes,
yeah.
That is not him. It's not him on the album, and it's not him live. There's a person doing backing vocals that hits that high note for him. And that tripped me out.
Yeah.
But it was great watching him play live because I've always been a Billy Joel fan.
Not quite a Milli Vanilli issue, but, we'll let it slide.
Not quite. It's just he couldn't hit that note. Probably when he's younger, he might have been able to, but once he hit his 40s, it's like when I recorded my first album, there are things I did in my first album I can't do.
I'm sorry, Jeebus. Danzig was that's not death metal. That's punk.
Yes, punk.
The Misfits are punk.
They did, but I got to tell you, they did. A lot of them called it death metal, death rock. In fact, I think it was called death rock before it was called death metal. Back in the 80s, because it's the dark overtones of his music. Mother, I mean, that's hard. Jesus Christ. Curse of Cain, jeez, that's some dark shit. Was Rat with Vixen?
That would have been a good show. My first.
Yeah, and by the way, Bachman Turner Overdrive, they opened for Van Halen when I saw him. So go ahead, John. I'm sorry.
Oh, my first concert was Kiss.
So you and I both, our first concert was Kiss.
Oh yeah, I was a kid.
You Kiss in your first concert?
I was anyway, I was in the Kiss Army when I was a kid.
I was not, but Mark was, and that's who I went with to go see the show. And I wore one of my, because I liked wearing waiter jackets. I just liked those. And I wore mine and I got blood all over it, the fake blood. And it stained it permanently. And I just threw it away.
Oh, I was.
Other people were like, you threw it away. And I went, yeah. Like, that's worth money. And it's like, I didn't think that way.
Yeah. No, my brother was forced to take me. I mean, I had
Pink Floyd was my second concert. And again, I'm not a huge Pink Floyd fan at that time.
I'm not either.
So everybody I was around, I'm serious, everybody was fucking high when I went to see them. I'm like, I didn't do that stuff. And so when the pig gets released from the top of the, because we were down left of it, or to its right, and it was left of us. And I looked, people started yelling and pointing, and I looked up and I was like, what the fuck are you pointing at? Is the stadium collapsing on us? It's like, no, it's just this giant fucking pig, inflated pig that they ride down to the stage on a wire.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, oh, like losing their shit over this. And I'm like, it's not even that good. That's a problem. I wasn't really into them. I didn't get into them until I was in my 20s, and I really, really listened to the music and listened to the guitar work on it and the structuring of the music. I'm like, oh my God, they're really great. Why didn't I realize this before? But I wasn't a stoner, so I just
I went because friends went. They were really wanting to go, and I'm like, okay, I'll go.
Oh, Tin Man's here. What's up, man? Oh my God! Shut up, Martin.
What?
Gloria Estefan.
You went to see Gloria Estefan?
Yeah, it was free. I was just walking to my house, and they opened the doors of their inn and say, "Get in!" And then I got in.
That's like saying, what's her name that sang the Titanic song? My first
Celine
show
Dion.
was Celine Dion. Turn in your man card, bitch.
Dude, it was free.
It's a toss. It's a toss.
I liked Gloria Estefan. I liked her.
Yeah.
By the way, wasn't that concert
the Miami Sound Machine, by the way.
Yeah. No, the Miami Sound Machine was no more at that point. And in that concert, she introduced that guy. John Cicada.
Oh,
really?
Yeah, because he was one of their choirs.
I actually know who he is.
Me too. Great voice, man.
Yes, but my first real concert that I paid for was Iron Maiden.
Good choice.
I couldn't believe it, man.
As far as what act I've seen the most live, it's a toss-up between Weird Al and Metallica.
The rhythm is going to get you. But John Cicada was a fellow Cubano. You know, he great voice, man. Great voice. Maiden puts on an excellent show. I've never seen Iron Maiden live.
Oh, Maiden shows are amazing.
They are. Let me see. After Maiden, what was that? Oh, Kiss and Motley Crue, and then Maiden again.
Was that Motley Crue pre inflation period of what's his name, the lead singer?
I'm trying to figure out where this is going. Like, what?
He's put on a little weight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was pre that. I may have the. I have the memorabilia, but I don't have the date. And after that, right, Armin van Buren and Journey. All of
I've seen
those.
Journey.
No, Journey, no, Yanni, the Greek guy.
Oh, Yanni. Yeah, I know who.
Yanni.
I've never seen Yanni.
Yanni's the guy that plays the pan flute.
That is a show, man. That is a show.
I've seen Yo-Yo Ma. And
I've seen Yo Mama too.
Oh my God.
And I've seen Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What'd you think?
I like them.
As I recall, weren't they? Let me double check. No, who am I thinking?
They're the Christmas. They do the Christmas rock stuff.
Yeah, because they were previously best known for a song they did called Convoy.
They didn't do that in the concert. It was all Christmassy stuff.
Yeah, Mannheim Steamrollers, who I'm thinking of. Mannheim Steamroller.
Oh, okay.
Not Trans-Siberian. I was double checking because I'm like, I don't think that's right. But no, they did the Christmas, but so did Mannheim Steamroller. And Mannheim was able to do that music later because of all the money they made off of that dumb song they wrote when we were kids called Convoy. Does anybody remember that song?
Breaker 19, Breaker 19. Oh, that one?
Yeah. With all in a convoy.
This here's the Rubber Duck. Yeah, that's...
and they went by the name C.W. McCall.
Yeah.
Convoy.
I didn't realize that was Mannheim.
It's the same people. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
They made their money off of that. And with that money, they created Mannheim Steamroller. I have all Mannheim. Yes, they put out some great fucking albums, man. And what I like about it is it's Christmassy without sounding goofy. Because that's my problem with a lot of Christmas music. It tends to sound kind of goofy. You know, it's like just a little too, it's pedantic. It's just something about it that annoys me.
What's your favorite? What's your favorite Twisted Sister Christmas was good. Yeah.
Oh. Oddly, my favorite Christmas song was released on one of Let Them Know It's Christmas albums, and it was Sting singing Gabriel, the angel Gabriel from Heaven Came. I also like the one he did, Three Ships. It was really good.
My favorite non-traditional Christmas song is Christmas in Hollis by Run DMC.
Mm-hmm.
I listen to it every Christmas.
Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer is also one of my non-traditional favorites. It's a traditional, non-traditional.
Yeah, I have a whole playlist called "I Can't Believe This Is Christmas," and it's got a picture of Santa crapping in the chimney.
Yeah, where do you have that? Spotify?
Yeah.
Oh, you have to share that. Share it with me.
I can do that.
Sting puts on a great show, dude. Sting and Peter Gabriel have something in common, that they sound just as good live as they do on albums.
Yeah, there's not many bands that do that.
They sound just as good, if not better, than they did on the album.
Hey, Gary, it was you who shared a video of Sting singing in a barbecue jar? Was it you?
I don't remember. Bye, Gap. Yeah. Take it easy, buddy.
Bye, Gap. A very special Xmas.
I think I had that album.
Oh, sorry. It's not your grandma's Christmas playlist.
Oh.
That's the one. They would do versions of it. That's the one I was talking about. Which Sting did was on two of the albums that I bought. He did the Angel Gabriel, and on the next album he did Three Ships, which is beautiful. I always liked what he did. I didn't get I don't know if I got the third album. Let me see what's on there.
Oh, they don't have it anymore, so it's a song that's on my playlist. Is the "Oh Holy Night" by Eric Cartman. They took it off Spotify.
Yeah, Spotify doing that shit every night.
Yeah, I See Three Ships was the third one, so I got all three.
It depends who you ask, Tin Man. Bush doesn't like it. Gary loves it.
What's that?
Anime loves it. From. Tin Man is asking.
From is season one had some really good writing to it, and it had a mystery that was interesting to me. I wanted to solve what was going on here.
There you go, Martine.
The season 2 started out rough, but that last episode, Was there a fourth one?
What is this?
I don't see a fourth one listed here. Let me go see. Oh, it was live. A very special Christmas 4 live. I think that was why they released it differently. But the first 3 were all studio recordings.
Cool.
That's a very
slow is
nice picture in your playlist.
Yep, I told you.
Yeah, I got to tell you, when it comes to those Christmas albums, I really only listen to The Pretenders, Sting, Who are some of the other artists that I listened to off those albums? Let me go look. There are only so many artists that I really gave a shit to listen to. Most of these people I look at and go, eh. Oh, I like that one. Christmas in Hollis by Run DMC. It was really good.
Oh, did you look at the list? My playlist?
Yeah.
No, I'm over on Wikipedia right now.
Oh.
I hated Madonna's Santa Baby. She's trying to sound like somebody else in that one. It pissed me off.
The subtitle of my playlist is Bah Humbug, but if I gotta, here's some music.
I'm not a big Bryan Adams fan, so his involvement was a turn off. I'm also not a big fan of Bon Jovi. I did not. There are only 2 songs in that album, or 3 songs. 3 songs in that album I liked from the first one. Oh. Let's see, album 2. I'm a Tom Petty fan. Did not really care for that song he did. Oh my god. Hated that one.
Oh my god. John Mellencamp does Backdoor Santa.
It's funny. God, just none of this.
There's a song called Run, Rudolph, Run, done by Lemmy, Billy Gibbons, and Dave Grohl.
Yeah, there's not one song on the second album that I liked. Not one. And it was album 1 and album 3 that had a couple of songs on them I liked.
Do you know what, John? You should share this playlist on the chat.
Fuck it. Do it.
All right.
There you go. It's a good playlist. What can I say?
There you go. Enjoy and be sure to
enjoy.
Be sure to throw that. I think you can like it.
And there you go. Oh, so we have what? Oh, like 5 minutes.
Yeah, I was going to share something because I'm not a big fan of Christmas music, but I was asked to perform and play on one song. And let me see if I can find it. And I got to tell you, Rebecca, who sang lead on this, was really good. She has a really pretty voice. But I'm going to go ahead and here, I'll let you play this instead of me. There you go. That's the link, and you can share it.
John, it's all yours.
I'm working on it.
And Rebecca is a close friend of mine, and she asked me to produce this for her so she could record it for her family. And I'm like, you know what? I liked what we did. We did White Christmas. And she's got a lovely little voice. And of course, I played all instruments on it.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. From now on, our troubles will be out of sight. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Make the Yuletide gay. From now on, our troubles will be miles away.
Yeah, go ahead, stop it. It's good enough. We're not going to get a strike on that. Although my own music gets claimed by YouTube. So I wouldn't be surprised we don't get a claim.
You say that, but it's happened, so.
Yeah.
I've had claims on my own music. And I'm like, I wrote them. I'm like, I wrote this music. That's my recording. I own all rights to this song. Nobody else does. And
Bush.
You're a dick. I mean, she did a really good job on that song. She really does have a nice voice.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kingsport Cal. Thanks, Boosh. But I did a really good job producing that. It was a really pretty album or single. And but then I did my own version of a Christmas song. And if I'm going to do one, it's going to be about a drummer. So you know what song I did. And I actually put percussion in it. I played 8 different drums in it, doing all kinds of percussion in it, and made it very world rhythm. It gave it a real, that Peter Gabriel type groove, and Boosh McFadden, you dick. You're like, yeah, I love you, man.
Lady V says this to you.
Fuck you, Lady V. Jesus Christ, you and Boosh.
Oh man,
I guess this is a great way to end the fucking show. Yeah, our chat's awesome. Our chat is awesome.
Oh yeah,
a lot of shitting on, and it's nothing better than shitting on your friends and being shit on by your friends. So, gay. Between gay and lip gloss, you guys killed me today. Thanks a lot, guys. Let me get the thank yous. I want to thank Penny for being here, Andy Morrow, D. Bud Martin, Scribe Light, Rod Thunderheart was here, Anima Confisa, Love of My Life, Dragon Ruse, Boosh McFadden, All Hail Lord Thoth, Lady V Elements, Ostains, John Ostains, Kings Port Cal, Real Wade Nation Gaming Clips, our good friend Zax. Let's see. I want to thank Thom Reed for popping in, and of course, Bill. I want to thank Gap After Dark and Tin Man. Great show today, even though we didn't do what we planned. Fuck it. It was fun. I had a good time. So a good time will be had by all.
Yep.
And we don't promise that you're going to walk away with having learned anything, but I think we gave you some tidbits of information that you learned something from. I hope you guys enjoyed the show as much as we did. And I'll see you in about an hour with TGIF, man.
Have a
Bye,
good one.
y'all.
Those sons of bitches.
Ma, I'm doing a show.